Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Prime Reason. This is the podcast where we give reason and purpose to life, experience, and growth. Heavy on the growth. My name is Suki, and I will be your host tonight. Shout out to everyone for coming back for another episode and for some more vibes, okay? Tonight, we will be talking about co-partnership and the fact that it takes two in order to make a relationship work. This is going to be juicy. Stay tuned. We'll be right back, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, as I said earlier, today the topic is going to be about co-partnership and that it takes two to stick together. Well, I didn't have a direct impact to bring this topic up, but it definitely crossed my mind. And the things that come across my mind when this becomes an issue of relationships is the difference between coexisting and partnership. Some people, they either know the difference or they don't. And you can tell through their actions. There's some people who just loves to be accompanied by the person and they don't really care about interaction to a degree. They don't really care about doing intimate things. They don't care about spending quality time. For some people, that's not going to work because I could do all of the boring stuff by myself. I don't need to, it's cool. Let me not even say that. I do mean that. But it's also cool to just be boring together sometimes. Let me not even make it seem like that's not okay. Because we need to relax. We grown. We adults. But there's times where people get bored by that. We need to go out sometimes. And out doesn't necessarily mean the club. It doesn't mean it doesn't have to be a high, exciting place. Let's just do something with us. And even if we're not going out, let's do something nice at home. Baking together, we're doing a puzzle, we're watching a show together that we both like, stuff like that. Interact with me. I'm your person, right? It's like, come on, what's up with that? And I think, that's the difference between the coexistence and partnership, where people love how a person helps occupy their space and just the lack of loneliness through proximity. It's crazy because they say that's how guys establish love and relationships. It's through proximity, and most men don't really care to do much with their woman, and women feel the opposite way. Most women want to do something of quality with their person and not just sit around each other all the time. And so that's why you often have women complaining about their man being on the game or relaxing too much, because it's like, can we do something? And the men usually don't notice it sometimes. I've been in a situation where one of my exes did not notice how he was not being interactive. And it was kind of like talking to a brick wall to a degree. But yeah, once I noticed, I was like, ain't no point in talking about it. If you don't get it, you never gonna get it. And so I'm single now. But so I think there's something beautiful about partnership and working together, talking together, having this deep relationship where you can talk deeply about music and interest, and you can feel the passion from both sides. Even if it is subtle passion, it's still there, and it's not as if you're talking to a wall, because who wants to be talking to a wall? Or talking to somebody who's just like, yeah. Like, that's whack. We don't want to do that. And then another thing for me that came up with this topic was collaborative and, collaborative relationships and co-creation. That's the word. So for me, right, you can have a partnership. I would say Ideally, I would love somebody that I can work with at times on a project. I'm an artist and I'm working on things all the time. But for instance, like if I had a little boo and it was my cameraman, goals, like having that person that is so deeply passionate about what you do that they want to help you in whatever way, make it grow, make it blossom and flourish for you, and vice versa. We definitely want to go on a two-way street with this, where it's like, I help you, you help me, we work together, I was a part of the process from the ground up with you, baby. That's just so cute. I love that. I love that. And I think it brings more substance to a relationship. I personally have not had that. And a part of me, I wouldn't say I didn't really want it, but my famous line is, people annoy me. So I just, especially in a vulnerable space as far as creation, I don't want anybody annoying me because I'm so used to having my peaceful time and I'm creating on my own and I'm rocking out. I'm listening to my own music. I don't got to chatter the whole time. That's good for me. But for some people, they like the conversation and to be able to talk. And it's just like, that's okay sometimes, but let's be quiet right now. Maybe that's a me thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being annoying. Let me grab my tea, y'all. Maybe that's just me being annoying. I don't know. And sometimes, but that's just how I am. Sometimes I don't want to have a long talk conversation. Shout out to the chai. Shout out to the chai drinkers out there. hmm Sometimes I don't. But, anyways, I digress. But ideally, it is nice in the mind to have a partner who helps you out in a lot of things that you really want to implement in your life. I'm going to learn to be more open to that. And hopefully, I'll find somebody one day that is my type of person that I don't want to do that with. Okay. Yeah. But other than that, I think one of the problems that I've had in relationships in the past is mindset in general. And I know that's a broad term, but it's really about like how a person thinks and how they could operate around you, how they make you feel. And so I've been in situations where I can sense that a person is operating out of trauma. They're operating out of a place very low vibrational. And it starts rubbing off to me because as a person who can be very militant and can be very strict on my own self, and when I feel myself falling short, I pick it up because I'm not into all of that. But when I see other people are not as strict with themselves, it bothers me. It makes me feel like this is a weak individual and I'm not there and I'm not trying to get there. And I think for a person who wants you around them when they're like that, needs you to get there, because now we have to have conversations about these feelings and emotions you're having, which is fine. But it's like, okay, if we're going to talk about your feelings, can we have a real conversation about it and not just be like, this is happening to me and everybody else is wrong in the world and da da da. I love conversations with accountability. I love conversations where it's like, this is how this is going to be fixed. Heavy on the growth, like I said. But yeah, like let's talk about how we're going to fix it. And so my problem, like I said, I've ran into people who have self-pity, and it's like, I want to help you because for one, some of the things you've been through, I never had to go through to learn. But that doesn't mean I haven't gone through anything. And that doesn't mean I don't have guidance for you and help to give. So I would love to always help people, but you can't help people who don't really seek or look for the improvement. Some people are very comfortable in the negative. They're very comfortable in everything's wrong and I'm just being abused and misused and okay. If you say so, but I'm trying to get you to grow up a little bit, you know? And so some people just don't take that well. And I understand because I am a harsh, tough cookie sometimes, especially when I'm trying to get people to woman up, man up. It's like, come on now. We need to be here. I can't have you here and I'm trying to pull you up and you just want to pull me down. But whatever. So that's really an issue for me though, is the mindset thing. People who pity themselves, just a weaker mindset. I just cannot do it. And I think when you're with somebody who's tough, you either gonna get with it or you have to get lost, because this person is not playing no games and they're not going to be involved with anybody who is playing games. And so when this person decides to finally speak to you about improvement, please listen. This is the person letting you know, I need you to be this person to make this work with us. Maybe you don't need to improve to work out with somebody else, but for it to work with us, I need you to up it a few notches. Now, if you don't want to listen to that, and if you can't receive that, that's going to be on you. Because people who are disciplined, just like they left the people that they were with before they met you, they will leave you. I don't know where people get this idea that they are covered with insurance in other people's lives. So it don't work like that. People will leave you. They will leave you. Especially if there's no assets to your relationship. Oh, they finna leave. They repeating themselves too much. They're going to leave. Oh, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave. I'm willing to work with people and understand where they come from. But please understand we got somewhere to be at. So if you can't understand that, I'm finna leave. I promise. So, yeah. Oh, what the hell? Okay. So for me, yeah, that's an issue. That's a big issue. And I want for people to analyze who they are as a person and who they're trying to get with, because it's that easy to waste someone's time because you're not being real and saying like, yo, this person is not playing. I want to be where this person is at, but I'm not ready yet. Let me let them know that. And, you know, it really takes that kind of conversation to give people realistic ideas about a person and to understand who you are. State your flaws. I'm going to state mine and what people don't like about me. And if this is not something that you don't necessarily dislike, then we're good. We don't got nothing else to talk about. But so another thing that came to mind when this topic came up was a quote that I saw on Instagram. This quote was said by a content creator by the name of David Cho. If you guys don't know who he is, make sure you look him up. I'll put his information and I'll add his quote too to the video. I love this quote. I love it so much. Let's check it out.
Love needs action. Trust needs proof. I need proof. And sorry needs change. That's a t-shirt. Hit me up if you want to license that image. Summer collection.
So that quote hit me. And you know, the first thing that I said after watching that video, I said, wow, if only I knew how to say these words to certain types of people in my life. Because one thing about me, when I'm fed up, I'm so fed up that I don't even look for words of wisdom no more. And I could be one of the wisest. I know how to choose my words well. I'm a Libra, honey. But when I'm fed up, I don't even care about that. And best believe by the time I'm fed up, it's multiple tries, takes and takes and takes and takes with a person. So, but these were words I really needed, because these words that David used in his quote were words of assistance to a person who doesn't know how to get from point A to point B with the person. And I don't expect perfection out of a person, but I expect that a person is ready to adjust and ready to realize what is the cause and what is the effects attached to those causes. So many people want to walk around acting delusional, like they don't know what causes reactions and what causes friction and what causes times of silence between you and a partner, and act like, oh my gosh, what's the problem? Why can't we? Why? Do you want me to explain to you why? Because I can, honey. I don't know if you're ready for that heat though, but I could explain. So it's one of those things where this is where my logic lines up. I'm very logically emotional. My emotions are tied into my logic. And so best believe when I'm in my bag, I have all the reasons why. It's never for no reason. And I got the reasons for the reasons. I know. My type is kind of annoying to a person who don't want to hear all of that. And for people who are into toxic stuff, yeah, you don't want to talk it out. You can't be with me. Like I've annoyed people heavily by being on some, there is no break. We're going to talk about it now. If you make time to do anything else right now, we're going to have a problem, because we are priority. You want to marry me? You want to have kids with me? You want to eat dinner tonight? We're going to talk about it right now. Right now. Because how dare you make time for anything else? Like, the relationship does not matter. That's how I view people. I'm going to prioritize my person. I'm going to make sure you're good, so that the energy that came from our little mix up doesn't transfer throughout the rest of your day, because you don't deserve that. Woo, preach. Now I know there's some people who think let's breathe and we'll come back. That's cool too. But like I said, if I see you prioritizing anything else, if you gonna breathe, breathe. But I should not see you breathing on no phone with no friend, kiki ha ha ha, like everything's good. Go read a book. Go meditate. Go get some fresh air and then come back. You should be able to talk to me. And that's a red flag. If you can't talk to me and we're often triggered by each other through conversation, we don't go. We don't go. But yeah, his quote really touched me, because it all makes logical, emotional sense. You're not going to get certain things out of me until I have this. And I think for people who make errors in relationship, they need this level of accountability. They need to know that this is how people are truly reassured. Not you mess up, we go out to eat. Not we mess up, you want to have sex. Not you mess up, you want to kiss on me. Not you mess up, you want to pour up drinks. Not you mess up and you act like nothing ever happened. No. I'm a stone cold woman. You mess up with me and you choose not to acknowledge, or you want to act like it didn't happen, I'm not responding to you in the way that you want. And I mean that. These are the things people don't like about me, but I don't really care. Because the person that really gets me, I won't have to have a problem with them. No, I haven't really met them, but they out there. I know it is, because I know I'm not the only person that thinks the way that I do. But anyways, yeah, it really takes two people to get it together and grow. The back and forth is out. Let it go. You don't have to go back and forth with nobody to make it work. It's a waste of time and energy. And we should get with people we work with. You might not always get along, but get along in the important ways. Your method to the madness needs to coincide with each other's so that you could coexist for infinity and beyond. And so I would say that's it today. Thank you for watching Prom Reason. And I had a good time tonight. Make sure you guys come back next Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You know it. And thank you for watching. Good night.
Follow Prime Reason on Instagram. Like, share, and subscribe. See you next Friday.